Right, today in Granny's kitchen we're just making plain old mince and tatties. For this it's very simple, about 500 grams of mince, and that's the 5% fat, 1 onion, a small carrot because you don't want to over-sweeten your mince, and then I'll be peeling a couple of large potatoes to mash to go over the mince or accompany the mince. Now with the mince I don't add anything other than salt, pepper and a tablespoonful of Worcester sauce. So the first thing I'm going to do is brown the mince in the pan. So I'm just going to brown that mince, and as it's browning I will add my chopped onions and chopped carrots. It doesn't take very long to cook. Again, you can simmer it on the stove for about 40 minutes. It can cook nicely overnight. I've pre-prepared these carrots and onions earlier. Just going to add it all to this mince with a generous amount of salt and pepper. This is a ½ tablespoon measure I've got, so I'll put in 2 of those. I don't use any of these thickening gravy browners or anything. A small cup of water. Lots of juice will come out of the carrots and the onions as well. All you need to do is bring that up to a good temperature when it starts to bubble, and I'll cover it and go back in 40 minutes. In a pan of salted water, just boil your potatoes. Once they reach the boil, turn them down and cook them for about ½ an hour. Once your potatoes are boiled, just take your potatoes and make sure they are well drained. And in the pot that your potatoes have vacated, add a little milk and maybe a bit more salt and pepper and a knob of butter. There's nothing worse than cold mashed potatoes. So keep this on the heat, just a knob of butter with your milk, and just let that melt, because what we're going to do is add the potatoes, the drained potatoes, back into this pot once the butter melts. Into that, and I'm still keeping them on the heat just as I mash them up. Make sure they're well mashed into the butter and the milk. And those potatoes are ready to be served with your mince, or you can use that to make a cottage pie. So you put your mince in a casserole dish and spread your potatoes over the top, maybe add some grated cheese and finish it off in the oven.